Hola.
Guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Whitney.
You can see my mic. I'm Caitlin.
That's Caitlin.
My jam.
You can see mine too. It's okay. This shirt is just not doing very good things.
Okay, yeah, commenters. If Whitney's top comes unbuttoned, please let us know. And you don't let us continue on this process.
2 times since we've sat down.
Yeah, and we sat down about 3 seconds ago. So if that's the
Oh.
case, let us know. Don't let us go down the path where no one's going to mention anything.
Hey, we might get more viewers that way, though.
Like
we might have to rethink our strategy
like in the
a little.
40-Year-Old Virgin, do you remember that scene where she's talking and her whole boob comes out and he's just like, I don't know what to do. So that happens, please let us know. Okay, SAG Awards were last night.
Yes.
We're going to be talking all about SAG Awards, award season, full swing. SAG Awards were last night. We got Oscar noms tomorrow. We got Grammys on Sunday.
It's a lot going on in this world right now that we live in. That we live in.
This is our world. We're not invited to any of these events, but
Sadly.
this is our world.
Someday. Fingers
I went to the
crossed.
SAG Awards last year. Not as a guest. I covered it on the red carpet. I technically didn't invite me then.
Well,
overall,
have to sneak in.
The SAG Awards are kind of boring.
Boring. Like, I know.
But they're quick.
Well, exactly. This was like a 2-hour show. Oh my gosh, last week's was just too much for me to handle. It was like almost 4. This one though, 2 hours. Kristen Bell was the host. It was their first host that they've ever had.
Yeah, and she was cute.
Female. She's awesome. I
just
love
adore her.
Kristen Bell. I just didn't get very much from her. Like I saw her maybe twice throughout the show. I felt like she just wasn't popping up as much.
But I think that has to do with the fact that the SAGs are so stringent with their time. It's like 2 hours. We're in, we're out. No fuss. No rigmarole. So Kristen Bell was kind of like make it snappy, but I thought she did great for the time they gave her.
Yeah, she's really cute, and plus I really liked how they did the all-female presenters. So last night, if you watched, you should have noticed there was not one male that got up to present an award. It was all females, and they came out with that. Let us know beforehand. So
which I love. And I also like that this feels like a natural progression of the Time's Up and the Me Too movements when we're talking about women where we really don't want to be focusing on sexual assault all the time.
No.
You know, it's not just about that. Of course, those things are very, very important, but it's not just about focusing on the negative parts that we are trying to shed a light on and move on from, but it's also about moving forward and showcasing and highlighting in every industry really strong, powerful women, and I think we saw that last night.
I think so too, and this time around too, I felt like the speeches were more like catered to the individual actor or the cast and crew. They didn't go into as much details about what's going on in the environment in the world right now.
Could have been a product for the type of award show it was as well. The Screen Actors Guild Awards is SAG-AFTRA, and it's the union that represents pretty much everyone who works in the industry, from radio announcers to sportscasters to the key grip and the lighting guy to Meryl Streep. So. Yeah. I think but that's good. Those people are they're the backbone of this entire industry.
They totally
are.
So
they really got a night to shine. Okay, so big winners, surprises, upsets. There were a few surprises.
Oh my God, This Is Us getting best ensemble in a drama.
Yes, which is not a category that you have anywhere else, so it's a really hard predictor. And they won,
right now.
and we'll get into style later, but they all were the same color.
And I mean, look at how happy this cast is. I am a This Is Us watcher every Tuesday night. That's my jam. I love this cast. I feel like I've grown with them as the beginning first episode to now. I've watched every single one, and I've seen how they've evolved. And I love the fact that they're just killing it this season.
Can we bring that photo up again? What is Milo looking at? Everybody else, elated, happy, chipper. Is someone stealing his snack? Did someone kick his puppy? Whatever is happening off the air is not good.
Excuse me, Milo has to have that seductive, sexy look in
but
his
he's
eyes.
looking
He
off
always
camera.
has that. That's just him posing for another cameraman.
I guarantee
just being
you,
his own man.
He had a cocktail or a snack bag over in the corner, and somebody was moving it. That is my.
And he was like, "I'm watching you. That's my drink. That's my drink. Don't go anywhere."
That is exactly what I think it was.
Exactly. But this is really cool too because they were up against a ton of other casts who are very talented. The Crown,
I think
Handmaid's
everybody
Tale.
thought, and I think Handmaid's Tale was the biggest surprise of the night. We really expected it to continue to sort of sweep the award circuit as it has, but it didn't. It didn't win an ensemble, which was really shocking. And Elizabeth Moss didn't win.
And I mean, this too is an award given to you by your peers. Like we said, like this isn't just like fans who are voting in or some hierarchy that's voting in. It's done by your peers. So it means, to some actors, it means a lot more. To most actors,
to a lot of actors,
So yeah, I was very surprised.
Shocked that Claire Foy won.
Oh, really?
I love Claire Foy, and I just got done watching the second season of The Crown, but I just thought it was one of those years that, as good as all the other performances were, Elizabeth Moss would overtake that. But that, like you said, is such a, I think, so indicative of how different the industry looks from the inside versus the outside, because we would have just said, Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale, hands down, gonna win. Here you have it.
There you have it. So go This Is Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Little Lies, that kind of goes without saying.
Big Little Lies. I mean, Nicole Kidman is having her year, her moment. She won for Best Actress in a miniseries, and then Alexander Skarsgård won again.
Also, he made a funny. He cracked a joke during he cracked a joke during his speech about, because he was up against Robert De Niro, of all people, from The Wizard of Oz, and he was up against Robert De Niro, and he went up there and accepted the actor and said, "The people have spoken. When you poll, the world about who's a better thespian, the guy from True Blood or Robert De Niro, the people have spoken." It was like a funny ha-ha moment, because who would have picked the guy from True Blood over De Niro?
Oh.
And they flashed to De Niro, and he was like,
not happy. It was like, I don't get your joke, nor do I think it's funny.
Yeah, no, definitely not a big sense of humor there.
I forgot about that part. I was doing other things. Plus, I was trying to top up my wine to keep my night going.
Yeah.
So
What were you drinking?
I was drinking white wine, funny enough, because, see, this is my theory, okay? So I love wine. Nighttime, I drink a good red. If it's daytime, and especially if the sun's out, it's a rosé.
Oh, this was an interesting time.
Yes, a rosé or a white wine, or if I want to go champagne, I'll go champagne. So this started at 5 o'clock, the award show, our time.
And we jumped in for a red carpet early.
So we were doing red carpets early. So then I made Andrew, my man, go to the grocery store and get me wine because I ran out. So then he had to go get white wine. It was a whole
What kind of white?
I had Sauvignon Blanc.
I was also drinking a Sauvignon Blanc.
There you
I was
go.
drinking a Sauvignon Blanc by Tangent in Edna Valley. Because I love wine.
Mine was Australian.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Yes.
We should do this with wine next time.
Oh my God, if we could drink.
Wine
Gary, are you there? He can't hear me. If Gary
He's not
approves this,
objecting.
He doesn't care. He really doesn't. So as long...
Lonnie, any objections?
Objections to?
Us drinking wine?
Wine Mondays. No, none at all.
Our lawyer says we
Pretty
can drink and
good.
do Facebook Live. I
It's
think that would be
pretty
so much.
good.
I think we'd be so much more entertaining, like even more than now. Give us some wine.
We can do it on Wednesday, Wine Wednesday.
And our day would go by so fast.
Hoda and Kathy Lee can do it.
If they can do it on national TV, I think that we're allowed to do it on Facebook
Do
Live.
anything on the internet.
Because like we've said, it's really just our moms and aunts and uncles and cousins.
Wine Wednesday works for Lonnie. All right, we're golden. Okay, we got more to get to. One more thing to talk about awards-wise.
Yes.
3 billboards outside Missouri swept SAGs. I think nominations for the Oscars are coming out tomorrow. We can expect Frances McDormand, Sam Rockwell, and the film to get a nod. They're, the two of them are certainly likely to get the Oscar as well. She kept calling it Missouri. Do I mispronounce it?
No, it's Missouri.
Well, she kept calling it Missouri the whole telecast, and so now I feel like I don't know how to pronounce it.
I mean, it's Missouri to people from the West Coast. That's what we call it over here.
Well, Frances McDormand
born and
calls it
raised,
Missouri.
I will tell you.
What, Lonnie?
I said if you're from Missouri, you pronounce it the way she did.
Missouri. Okay.
Missouri. I just
With an A.
don't feel right doing that, so I'm going to stick to Missouri.
Okay, Aziz Ansari was nominated last night. He was a no-show amid the sexual misconduct allegations.
Which is something that we were on the lookout for. We didn't know whether or not he'd show up, especially since everything that happened. These sexual allegations came out last week. It was probably the worst week, the most controversial week he's ever had, I would assume. And so
He's been very quiet.
Yeah, he has been very quiet. He came out with an initial statement, basically just said that he was unaware that this conduct was not consensual and that if he misread everything, he's disheartened and he's sorry and this, that, and the other. But yeah, he was a no-show and he was nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy series.
Didn't win, but
Didn't win.
And was a no-show.
Didn't win, no show. And that
Speaking of
yes.
people who were nominated for things, didn't win, and are in the midst of sexual misconduct allegations,
James Franco.
showed up.
James Franco was there, and he's been under fire recently too. There's at least 5 women. That's my TV screen right there. I took that photo.
That was during his when they were announcing his nomination,
Yes.
his award, and it was met with some really uncomfortable applause.
Yeah, it was like people around him.
They were like,
Yeah, it was almost like nobody was like, woo, yay! And
yeah, you don't know.
because it's such a touchy subject right now, and he's like at the center of this whole thing. So
He's the big question for tomorrow, whether or not he will have an Oscar nomination, which we will get into tomorrow, depending upon what happens.
I think he will. I still think he will. For what is it? The artist,
Disaster artist.
the disaster artist.
Well, the votes were the Academy was voting in the middle of their like 8 days that they're voting. That's when news broke. So early voters likely voted for him. Later voters, there's a chance that they are affected by the information.
well, we'll see tomorrow. That's gonna be
Also
news.
a nominee last night, Allison Brie for Glow is his sister-in-law, married to his brother James Franco, and she really
Dave Franco.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
James Franco's brother, Dave
Dave
Franco,
Franco.
is Allison Brie's husband. She's
mind-blowing.
in Glow.
Yes.
On the red carpet, Juliana asked her questions about, sort of what is going on, Time's Up. Juliana sort of delicately got into the topic, and Allison Brie handled it. Whoever prepped her, whoever her publicist is, I think you did a great job. She handled it as well as she could. She said, I obviously support my family, but
This is the time where people, if they've experienced something like this, need to come out, need to be listened to, and need to feel brave enough, strong enough to put their foot forward.
she was in a weird spot, and I think she did really well.
I think she handled it really gracefully, really great. I mean, of course you want to be supportive of your family. Like, you have to be.
And ironically, the same day, earlier in the day, was the Women's March. No, day before, Saturday, was the Women's March. This was Sunday, was the Women's March. And in Scarlett Johansson's speech, she didn't say James Franco by name, but everybody just kind of assumed what she was saying was about him. And she said, how could a person publicly stand by an organization that helps to provide support for victims of sexual assault while privately preying on people who have no power? I want my pin back.
By the way. And then her rep confirmed later that those statements were about James Franco. So,
Which I found interesting that if you're going to confirm that's what you're talking about,
why don't you just say it? I mean, maybe it was after it got picked up so widely, she was just like, I don't care,
And then towards the end of the SAG Awards, Morgan Freeman won the received the Lifetime Achievement Award, and he took a little stand.
He did. He had some stuff to say too. He was up there thanking everybody, getting his award, and he said, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with this statue. It works from the back, but from the front, it's gender specific.
Because the actor is a man, and the actor is the name of the award.
Yeah, and there's no question that that's a man,
That
I think.
is a bulge.
Are you confused?
I am not confused.
I'm not confused
That's
either.
a bulge. That's a pee-pee.
So, I mean, that was kind of cool. I mean, he's a huge star, so for him to come out, say anything, I mean, it's good. He's behind the movement too. So.
And to win the Lifetime Achievement Award when it's really like they were honoring his body of work. And the statue that he received is a different statue because it's a Lifetime Achievement. It's not the regular actor.
Like
it has the happy face,
like a
the sad
face.
face. Yeah, drama, comedy drama. So it was that. But he took the time to make a point, and he had a point.
Yeah.
With how understanding and open the Screen Actors Guild and AFTRA has been with women in Time's Up movement and Me Too, especially like you said earlier with a female presenter, all the female presenters and Kristen Bell. I would not be surprised if next year's actor was either not gender specific or they changed it to just the face or something that
either.
was adjusted.
Yeah. Now the fun part.
Let's talk about fashion.
Now we get to talk about fashion, our favorite. There was a lot of fashion that I really, really liked. One big thing that we all noticed last night, color was everywhere. That's why I wore pink today, because I was like, I want to match everybody and just be colorful and bright. So it's a lot different because, before everybody was in black at the last awards for the Time's Up movement. This time people, went a little...
It was bright and fun.
It
very much was in line with the tone of the evening and about empowerment and just excitement.
Yeah.
So was this first one, is this your favorite?
It's
Millie Bobby Brown.
It's not my favorite, but I will say how much I do like this. So Millie Bobby Brown, if we could pull her up.
There she is.
She is in Calvin Klein, And Converse, which I love because this is totally age appropriate. It's fun. It shows some personality. She's sparkling. Look at that color. Do we call? Is that our millennium pink, or is that not millennial pink?
Tara? I feel like it is showing in this video with the reflection of the what is that?
What
thing in the we got the thing in the video. Anyway, I should have noticed that earlier. It's showing in the video reflected almost white, so it's looking a lot lighter.
I love it.
Than I think it showed. It was more of like a candy pink, and I love her space buns.
Oh, her buns. I mean, everything is just screams a 13-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so age appropriate, and we've seen her on all spectrums of fashion. She has been looking 20-something. You know, she's got some fashion rings under her belt. This girl is
she's
always
definitely
on
a
top
fashion icon as a teenager.
I mean, and she's crazy. But the fact that she threw on Converse, it just makes me happy for her, you know? Like, I want her to be that sweet, young starlet,
and
you know?
the Converse and the buns, you're right, made it really age appropriate because I think this could have been a very mature dress. The one side that you didn't see was a little open and it sort of tied. It could have been age inappropriate. And, well, she was also styled by Raf Simons, which was the creative director from Dior, one of the biggest heavy hitters in fashion that has ever been in fashion, and he styled her. So I think every one of those decisions were extremely well thought out.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
I loved that.
Saoirse's my favorite. She's been my favorite this entire award season. She's one of my style stars that I absolutely love, and here she is in Louis Vuitton. And again, this pink color, which is just a little bit of a bolder version of that soft blush, warm millennial pink. We're seeing a little bit of this cooler, but the arm things and I don't even know what you call them. The edging?
I love the double slits on both sides, and the fact that the trim is like that, the same thing, that glittery, like metallic, kind of spacey, futuristic look. I love it. I mean, because it adds something to it. If she was just in that gown without that accent, I think that it would have been dull for me. But the fact that they, added that really brings some sort of edge to it. I love it.
I love the belt. I love the whole to-do, and I thought the hair and the makeup was spectacular.
Yeah.
She's just absolutely killing it. I cannot wait to see what she wears to the Oscars.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the next one has topped everyone's worst dressed lists, but Whitney really likes it, and the more I look at it, the more I like it too.
Yeah.
We have Kate Hudson, and she's in Valentino.
And as soon as she got on the red carpet, I noticed her. So
With
it's
her mama.
again with her mom, gorgeous. It's that soft pink, but it has that romantic look with the lace, the high neck and the lace and the belt and the ruffles. There's so much going on with this, with the pink, with the patterns, the hearts and everything. So much, but it all works for me. I don't know why. It's a ton of stuff all in one, and I love every second of it.
The one thing I don't love is the fact that they wore the baby shower colors. That Goldie is in the pale blue, and Kate's in the pale pink.
Maybe it's a hidden message. Maybe
we
someone
love
is
hidden
pregnant.
Messages. I'm sure someone in the world is pregnant, and it's probably a Kardashian.
Yeah, but you know what else worked for me with Kate's look in this? If she would have had long hair, it would have been distracting. It would have been too much, even with like an updo or anything. So the fact that it's short, just like that edgy style, it goes with it. It balances the romantic look. I love it, and I know it's very controversial. Like,
I thought
a lot of people hate it.
The more I looked at it, the more I liked it. It was really fun.
I liked it. I can't help it. It's just a feeling that I get,
So I think Saoirse is probably my favorite look of the night. However, because I don't think I could pull that off, if I were dressing myself for the SAGs, I would go for this one, which is Vanessa Kirby from The Crown in Valentino. It's just so romantic. It reminds me of royalty. I love it. There's nothing about it I don't like, except for maybe her hair.
I love the pop of color everywhere. It's kind of like royal to me. That's what it looks. It looks very like sophisticated, elegant, rich. The fact that she's wearing pale makeup, but that bright red lip, And the earrings, I love those earrings. The little studs, it looks like they're yellow. It goes so well. And that hair, I mean, that hair has got me crushing hard.
Really? And I
Yes.
didn't love the hair.
It's so different. I don't think I could pull it off, but I love it. And I think it goes, again, with that romance, elegance, and then that kind of wild, edgy, pulled back look with like the hair in the front. I love it.
It is so romantic.
She's
That's
got
such a good word for it.
strong brow too, and I love me a strong brow.
Me too. Her makeup was beautiful. I don't know if I love the wet look with her hair, but there isn't an angle of this dress that I don't love, and the cut of it is so plain and simple because the material is so extra and the embellishment is so extra. And if I were picking out an outfit for me, I would pick this
love that one. And she went very minimal on jewelry, and that's really important because too much and it would have taken away from the gorgeous dress.
Agreed.
I liked the next one too, Lupita Nyong'o.
In photographs, this just did not photograph well, but on the red carpet,
I loved it.
It was stunning.
When she walks, you could just see it glisten. I love the extra fabric towards the bottom. She is wearing Ralph and Russo couture.
Ralph and Russo couture.
You know me. I like the little feathers at the bottom. It adds a little texture, makes it a little more like red carpety to me. I just thought she looks great. We're used to seeing her in a lot of color. That's her thing. She loves a good pop of like yellow and blue. And so for her to go in kind of like the steel gray look, I love it.
I thought when she moved with the dark overlay and the sort of slate bluish sparkle, her dress literally looked like the night sky.
It's beautiful.
It's stunning. She always changes up her hair, which I love because oftentimes her hair is very short and cropped, but it's never plain. And so she has her afro sort of teased out a little bit, parted off to the side. It's just, the dress is stunning, and she is one of the most beautiful human beings in the world.
Flawless.
I could see this dress on Angelina, too. This feels like an Angelina dress because she's been so into those feathers these days.
Oh, but she likes the gaudy feathers on top. These
are much more
sophisticated.
All right. One of our only pantsuit and jumpsuits last night,
there wasn't
Yara
much.
Shahidi
Yara
in custom Ralph Lauren.
Take a look at her. Her hair.
Oh, God, she's gorgeous.
Her hair and her lip are to die for. Like, she looks so fantastic. So fantastic. And I love like I don't know what you would call that. What is the tail? The big bow and the tail that falls
I think
back?
it's a train.
Yes, that's what I was looking for, a train. I love it. I think she looks great. The only critique that I could say is a lot of photos, not when she walks, but when we saw her in photos, I thought that her bottom, like she could have used a little hemming at the bottom. I thought it was a little long. Maybe just like a bare, like I'm talking like a tiny little bit.
I'm obsessed with her hair, her natural
too.
hair. It's just the perfect balance to the volume of the bow and the train. It's just like glossy and healthy and beautiful.
Yeah.
The lip color is perfect.
Yeah.
And the jumpsuit is such a plain, simple cut, but that train is elegant. She, last year to the SAG Awards, wore her hair up and back. I looked a lot younger.
Okay.
And she had a very bright striped dress. It was one of my favorites of the night, but she's such a style chameleon. And I think now that she's sort of evolved as an actress, she's got grownish,
Yeah.
she's kind of growing up, her style is growing up with
Totally.
her. She's one of my favorite people to wait for on a red carpet.
And I just want to point out, like, everybody did so well with their jewelry this time. Like, I don't know if we could go back to her, but one of my things that catches my eye, she has multiple, like, thin gold rings, one gold, like, bangle on her wrist. It just, it screams trend to me. It screams adult. It screams, it's amazing. I love this look. She killed it.
Absolutely.
Good job, girl.
Killed it. Okay.
Next, we have Nicole Kidman.
Last year, she wore a parrot.
Armani Privé. I do not remember the parrot.
She wore a green dress and a parrot.
Well, obviously, she likes things on her shoulders.
Yes, she had parrot shoulders.
This time, it's not a parrot. It looks like a rose.
This is beautiful. I loved this.
Yeah, she looks really pretty. For me, this was predictable.
Yes.
Like, she wears this kind of stuff all the time. She likes the sequin dress. She likes a one-colored, like, tone dress. I love the shoes with it. The back is killer.
That illusion back is beautiful.
I mean, her body is banging, so no matter what she wears, as long as it's form-fitting, I think she looks stunning.
I love her hair. It was simple. It was elegant.
Her hair's beautiful.
It was just a total, it worked for me. It was total, it didn't, like you said, it was a little expected. It didn't stun me. I wasn't, out of my mind, but it was elegant and beautiful. And actually, wait, when we pull back here, you can't see that our logo is over it, but Keith Urban is just looking at her with the most adoring husband eyes from the corner. They're just super cute together.
They
I was
are super
very happy
cute.
with her. On the website, and Tara, who's over to our left, will link all of these things. We've broken down the looks and zoomed in on a lot of the detail, so you can't really see it in the video, but when you get up close, those brown sequins actually have sort of a multi-toned iridescence, which gave the look a lot of depth, so you can see those on the website, and they'll be linked right down here.
I also think, too, when you go with like a bronze, it really warms your skin tone. It didn't make her look washed out. It really like gave her
pretty pale.
Yeah, she is very pale. So unlike a white or a silver, like that bronzy tone did really well for her. So
all right, who's next?
Alison Brie and Peter Dundas. Is that how you say it?
Dundas.
Dundas. Peter Dundas.
He's the same designer who designed Beyonce's Grammy look last year, that red sequin one.
I mean, this is gorgeous to me. All the cutouts, that high slit, the purple shoes, the accent, like the sequin accents. Like,
almost looks like a lightning bolt.
I love it. That's what it reminds me of, a lightning bolt. I just think she looks dangerous, you know?
It was such, I think, an appropriate nod to her show. It looks like if you said to someone, I want you to make a glamorous, high fashion couture version of an 80s woman's professional wrestling costume. This is what you would come up with.
Yeah. Have you watched Glow?
Yeah, it's fun.
I could not get past episode 5.
Oh, I think it's fun
Hard for me.
And I'm loving this look.
Yeah, this.
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Laser.
There she is with Dave, her husband. She just looks amazing. Together, they're a really cute couple. I thought he looked really sad on the red carpet to me.
Yeah,
like
his
he
family's
was not
having a rough.
Yeah, he's
couple
probably
weeks.
going through what his brother's going through. You know, trying to be there for his bro. But she is stunning. He should be really happy because he has great arm candy.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
All right, this was another controversial
I love
look.
This one.
Feathers, feathers everywhere. Margot
I
Robbie
know.
and Miu Miu.
Take a look at this again with
The
that.
most random place for feathers.
I know, but I like it on
I
her.
do too.
Like that soft baby pink again. To me, this isn't white.
This is
pink.
millennial pink, yeah.
Yeah. This is that little like blush like pink. I love the feathers as opposed to it being around your neck or at the bottom. It's a different place. It makes her stand out and it still accents her waist so she doesn't look oversized. She doesn't look kind of crazy. I love flamingos, so maybe that's why I like this so much.
I love a good feather. I love marabou.
Look at that train.
Yeah, and she can literally just wear anything.
She can. Like, she could be in a paper bag and I'd still be like, hottest woman alive.
And I don't know many other actresses who could have pulled off this look.
No.
And had it not wear them because it is such a statement dress. And she wore the dress did not wear her.
Yeah.
It looks a little like if you had a really fancy grandma, that would be her 90.
Oh,
with like a matching
I hope
house coat.
I hope that I wear things like that when I'm like 70. I will be all
I wanna
over
be.
that. Me too.
All I want to be is someone in a fancy caftan with a
Yes.
turban holding a martini.
Yes. But see, like, she's so young and it didn't age her.
No,
to
not
me,
at all.
Like, at all. So.
Very interesting to contrast that with similar feather sort of style at Angelina Jolie, where she had the feathers as that sort of cape overlay, and it really aged her.
Dynasty status.
It was dynasty status.
So
she just
dynasty.
looked old.
She
and
did,
it seemed old, not even old in age. She looked old in time. Like it looked like 1973. It was reminding me also a little bit of J-Lo at the Met Gala when she wore that cape-like blue thing where she's J-Lo and she's beautiful.
Yes.
But it looked old.
Sometimes when
70s.
you have, sometimes if you have things on your shoulders, like especially something with dimensions like feathers that go out, it makes you look wider. Like at the top, your shoulders are broader. It doesn't really work all the time.
When we say old in 70s, I mean 1970s and like antiquated, not an old
not
person.
aged.
Look at Susan Sarandon last night. Look at Susan. We just put up a thing on Susan Sarandon wearing
She's
sunglasses on the red carpet. She's 71 years old.
She's amazing.
And she is sex on a stick down that red carpet. Let me tell you that.
The next two, I want to clump them together.
Clump them together.
Okay, the next two, I absolutely obsessed over. We got Chrissy Metz in Kate Spade and her co-star Mandy Moore in Custom Ralph Lauren.
So let's see Chrissy first.
So let's see Chrissy.
And that cobalt that everybody
That
wore on the
blue.
show.
Okay, everybody in This Is Us, all three Pearson women showed up wearing the same color. I thought it was like it was almost like
It's like the fanciest family card ever.
yeah, but it was like it showed unity, you know what I mean? And it almost made me feel like supportive and loving because you know that all these girls go and talk about, they knew what everyone was wearing. They probably actually planned to match this. But the reason why I love Chrissy, she's in this bold, beautiful color. The lip is dark and it works so well.
I love it.
It works
it's that
so well.
sort of ox blood, burgundy, purple night moth.
Yeah, and her hair is back and elegant, and it just, the whole look just adds, I just love it.
The ruffles, the train,
Yeah.
and all the sort of where the embellishment is placed. I love it. It's asymmetrical. I love that the floral applique carried up into the one sleeve and then the ruffles carried up into the
Yeah.
other sleeve. It's just, the whole look is just stunning.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine anybody putting that on and not looking like a rock star in it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, she looks fantastic. The
It's just-
neckline, everything for her works.
And it's the opposite for me of like a Margot Robbie, where I don't know who could have put that on and looked as good as Margot Robbie. This just seems like a dress that was custom. It was tailor made for Chrissy Metz, and I think it's going to spark a trend of other people trying to replicate this dress.
Yeah.
Because you always see those after the big red carpets. It's what do you see going to prom? What do you see as bridesmaids dresses?
Yeah.
What do you see going to weddings? That is one of those dresses that I think we're going to see remade.
Yes, and now let's look at Mandy Moore.
Same color.
Because Mandy Moore in this Ralph Lauren stole my breath. Like, she just looked, that body, look at her body, oh my God. And it's so like form-fitting, it fits her like a glove, and that sparkle, I mean, that sparkle doesn't come close to anybody else's sparkle that I saw on the red
It looked
carpet.
like liquid.
Exactly, it looks like liquid. The back is very low. She just, everything about this just nailed, hammer on the head for me.
And she kept her makeup really neutral because of the bold color in the dress. I love the clutch.
Oh, I love it. I almost want to go out on a limb here and say that this was my best dress.
Yeah?
And it's so simple, but it's so beautiful on her. She wears it, it doesn't wear her. And I love that. I think this was my favorite for the night.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
Saoirse's
so
my favorite. Mandy's
different.
yours, but I would wear the Valentino on Vanessa Kirby. That would be my.
I love
What would
the
you wear?
Valentino.
What would, if you could pick one of them to wear, you're gonna wear Mandy.
Mandy Morris. I would be hands down in Mandy's. Then I would go Vanessa Kirby. Then I would, it's very hard. I don't think I could pull off Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson is one of the only women that could probably pull off that look,
I
honestly.
feel like I could do Kate Hudson's.
I can't. I would just look like a Mew Mew. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Sometimes I don't really
know what you're
control
saying?
what comes out of my mouth. But yeah, if I could do Mandy Moore, I would try Margot Robbie. Just see what happens.
I just don't think I could handle that.
Yeah,
I also think it would tickle.
Yeah, Alison Brie would be fun too, but I don't know
it'll
how
look
that would
great on me.
work.
Yara's one that I would want to wear.
Yara's a good choice.
I don't know where I'm going, where we're either one of us are
Yeah.
going Wine Wednesdays here at the Blast,
Wine
wearing our fancy
I
outfits.
mean, can we? I collect gowns. Fun fact, I collect
the
gowns.
weirdest thing I've ever heard.
I know, but I have a ton of them. I just love long, flowy dresses, and like, I just love to get dressed up. So I have gowns for potential in the future if I ever go to a palace or a ball.
Okay,
or
but you know
a
if you were invited to any of these things, you would buy a new dress.
Yes, but there are several that I have not worn because
It
I have
doesn't
nowhere
matter.
to wear
They're
them.
in the closet. You've seen them.
But fun fact, I like gowns, and so I just like to pretend all the time. So if I could, maybe
How many gowns are we talking?
I have at least like 15 to 20 gowns.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I know, and I've probably worn 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 maybe.
I have one gown. It was my wedding gown.
Oh, okay, well, mine, I don't have like a wedding gown, but
And I went to the SAGs last year,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even call that a gown.
well, I went to the Emmys a few years ago, so I have one from there that was like really like glitz glamour, and then I've gone to like a lot of weddings that's black tie and
I had a
gown
black tie
stuff,
wedding.
which I
love
love.
that.
So I have those like on reserve just in case. I have 3 weddings coming up this year, but I'm in 2 of them, so maybe I'll wear a gown to one of them.
I've really gone
Or
up.
a rehearsal
I've
dinner.
opened up again.
I know,
Don't wear
sorry.
a gown to a rehearsal dinner. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'll show the bride first. If she says it's cool, it's cool. Right?
That would have been a hard no for me as a
I
bride.
know.
may
You would
not
have been
wear.
pissed. You would have killed me.
Yeah.
I would have not been sitting here today. I would have been in a ditch
I had a cousin
somewhere.
who wore white to my shower, and I almost killed her.
And that was just a shower.
I know.
guys.
I love you. I do. I love you. I love you so much.
Yeah, but
also,
that is
I threatened her in the bathroom.
I think that that's a standard rule of thumb. You should never
only
wear
16.
white.
She was young. But now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. But I can't stand when people wear white to a wedding. It's
Biggest pet peeve.
super disrespectful.
Biggest
I said
pet peeve.
disrespectful.
Okay, and on
I
that
made
note, since
words.
you've stopped with the ability to speak, we're gonna wrap it up now.
Getting woozy.
We have linked all of the stories that we're talking about in the comments down below, so make sure you click them to check them out. The detail photos of the dresses, if you're a fashionista, fashion lover like we are, is totally worth looking at.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep our award. Whitney and I are just never sleeping again. We're gonna keep award covering for the rest of our lives.
Guys, this coming Sunday, Grammy Awards. I usually love me some Grammy fashion, so I'm hoping that people step up to the plate.
Grammy fashion's always wackadoo, so this should be
Grammy
fun.
fashion is always like metallics and rock star looking things, and I love that look, so I'm hoping that they deliver for me.
Fabulous. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks.
All right, bye guys.